suitcase by the door. Didn't know what I was leaving for. Tears to let go down the hall. Thought I lost it all. Sister said, just take the ride. I rolled my eyes but climbed inside. Didn't know that broken roads led where healing grows. I was holding on to yesterday. Didn't see the light along the way. But every mile, every turn lit a fire I forgot could burn. We took the long way home. Didn't have a map to follow, but somewhere down that winding road we found more than tomorrow. Right people, hearts learning how to bend. What felt like the enemy was a detour to friendship. Laughter in a midnight zone, voices shaky.
Standing here with my half-packed suitcase, I want to scream. Leave it to my sister Maddie to sign me up for a singles bus tour without asking. Apparently, consent doesn't apply when it comes to my love life. My sister thinks she knows what's best for me, always has, but this time she has crossed the line. Since losing mom and dad, it's just been the two of us looking out for each other. But threatening to move out if I don't go on this ridiculous trip, it's emotional blackmail and I'm furious. As I yank shirts from hangers and toss them into my suitcase, I can't stop replaying Maddie's ambush from 2 weeks ago. She'd cornered me in the kitchen, a coffee mug clutched in her hand like a weapon. "Listen, Marlowe," she said in her "I've read 2 self-help books and now I'm an expert" tone. "I know losing Ben crushed you, but it's been 8 months. 8 months. She says it like there's a magical expiration date on grief. You talk about him like he left yesterday. You need to move forward. My eyes practically rolled back into my skull. The worst part? Somewhere beneath my anger, I recognized the truth in her words, which only made me resent her more. She continued in that maternal tone that made my skin crawl. "I need you to do something," she said, folding her arms across her chest. "I've booked you on a cross-country singles bus tour. And yes, you're going." I blinked. A what now? Because clearly, what every broken-hearted woman needs is a long bus ride with strangers and weak Wi-Fi. My jaw dropped. I couldn't even form words. Taking my stunned silence as permission to continue, she softened slightly. "I know you're upset, but this will be good for you. You're on summer break until September, so don't tell me you don't have time. Plus, it's paid for already." Her voice hardened. "And don't even think about backing out. If you do, I swear to God, by September, I'm finding my own place and moving out." I whirl around to face her. "You've completely lost your mind, Maddie. This is way over the line, even for you." She steps closer, her face flushed. "Maybe I have lost it. From hearing about Ben every single day for 8 months, it's driving me insane." Her voice rose with each word. "And no, it's not excessive when my sister is drowning and refuses to grab the life preserver. I love you too much to let you sink." She jabs a finger toward me. "You're going on this trip, Marlowe." End of discussion. The door slams so hard behind her, my college diploma rattles against the wall. The silent treatment I've given Maddie these 2 past weeks hasn't lessened my rage one bit. My hands shake as I toss clothes into my suitcase. I can't stop replaying Maddie's ambush. She said, "I love you," right before threatening to evict me, or herself, which in our family counts as affection. What burns the most is the kernel of truth in her meddling. The part I'd rather die than admit to her face. Maybe I do need professional help. The zipper catches as I yank it closed, and I drop the bag to the floor with a thud. My phone pings. It's from Maddie. "Marley, I know you're mad at me, but I'm worried about you, and I love you. Try to embrace this experience and have some fun." I stare at the screen, exhale slowly, then slide the phone into my purse without replying. The door clicked shut behind me with a quiet finality. An hour later, I circle the crowded parking lot like a vulture, cursing Maddie underneath my breath with each pass. When I finally spot an empty space, a gleaming red BMW cuts me off and slides into the spot. Perfect. Nothing says the universe hates you like being outrun by someone with better insurance. The universe clearly wants me to be as miserable as possible today. 10 minutes and several expletives later, I find a spot at the far end of the lot, grab my bags from the trunk, and trudge toward what the brochure cheerfully called the meet and greet. A woman with the hair almost the exact shade of a fire engine raises a bullhorn to her lips. If enthusiasm had a mascot, it'd be her. Folks, if I could have everyone's attention, she calls out, her voice crackling through the device. I'm Red, your tour guide, she declares through a bullhorn that probably violates noise ordinances. My colleague Anna will distribute your itineraries momentarily. Anna looks like she hasn't slept since the Clinton administration. We're still missing a few people, she continues, but we should depart around 10. Just so you know, we're looking at roughly 8 hours on the road from here to our first stop in Pigeon Forge. A thick folder lands in my hand as I scan the crowd gathering for this tour. I scan the crowd, my shoulders instinctively hunching forward. That old reflex kicking in when I enter spaces where I'm usually the only person who looks like me. But as I take in the group, I exhale slowly. People of various shades and backgrounds mill about, chatting nervously. A woman with wild curly hair and oversized glasses catches my eye from across the circle and offers a tentative wave. I'm halfway through returning the gesture when everyone's head swivels toward the parking lot where a bright blue Honda with racing stripes pulls up, bass thumping so hard I can feel it in my chest. A woman emerges from the car who looks nothing like what I expected. She's wearing a tailored navy suit with not a wrinkle in sight, her dark hair pulled into a sleek bun. I glance back at the glasses girl who raises her eyebrows and gives me a subtle, what the hell shrug. Before I can respond, Miss Corporate America glides toward us in impossibly high heels, hand already extended for a handshake. She extends her hand. Hi, I'm Esmeralda, she says, her crisp enunciation carrying a subtle Latin cadence beneath. Are we departing soon? I shake her hand, noting her firm grip. Her handshake could broker treaties. Mine says, I'm just here because my sister threatened me. Nice to meet you. We're still waiting for a few people. You might want to check in first, and there's some itineraries over at the table. She gives a curt nod and strides toward the registration desk, her heels clicking purposefully against the pavement. I shuffle toward Miss Glasses, luggage in tow. Our eyes meet and we exchange smiles that scream mutual discomfort. This whole setup is bizarre, I say, breaking the ice. She lets out a relieved laugh. Tell me about it. Never thought I'd find myself on a singles bus tour, but here we are. She extends her hand, introducing herself. Georgia, by the way. Same here, I say, but I thought my rock bottom would at least have cocktails. Before she can respond, Red's voice cuts through the chatter. Everyone gather round. She waves a stack of adhesive name tags as she continues. Please write your names clearly. We'll be traveling together for weeks, so let's start learning who's who. She beams at the circle forming around her. In just a few minutes, we'll board for our luxury singles adventure. This happens to be Singles Nation's 100th tour, so we're planning some special surprises. She taps the folders on her hand. Now, grab your luggage. Our chariot awaits. A gleaming silver behemoth pulls into the lot as Red finishes her speech. I eye it skeptically. Sure, it could technically hold all of us, but will we be packed in like sardines? Red waves her arms frantically toward the luggage compartments. Stow your bags down here, people. She shouts over the diesel rumble. I step aboard with low expectations, but find myself pleasantly surprised. The interior bears none of the utilitarian blandness of a standard charter bus. Instead, plush recliners and booth-style seating stretch throughout, complemented by a mounted flat screen and discrete speakers. At the rear, a circular lounge area with a central table offers a surprisingly sophisticated touch. Damn it. This might actually be comfortable. Georgia and Esmeralda stand near the quiet area at the back. Esmeralda beckoned me over with a slight nod. Relief washes through me. No matter how old you get, the first day of school feeling never quite leaves you when meeting new people. Except now has seatbelts and emotional damage. As I approach, I'm again struck by the contrast between Esmeralda's immaculate appearance, tailored suit skirt not a hair out of place, and the racing striped Honda she arrived in. Georgia, meanwhile, has the kind of figure that turns heads without trying, making my own straight hip silhouette feel somewhat inadequate in comparison. Her oversized glasses and voluminous natural hair framed her heart-shaped face like a protective shield, suggesting someone who prioritized comfort over others' opinions. The overhead speaker crackles to life, drawing our attention upward. Red's voice booms through the bus. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. Again, I'm Red, and that's Anna over there. And that handsome fellow behind the wheel here is Booker. Together, we're your Singles Nation team, family owned, family operated, and absolutely dedicated to helping you find friendships or perhaps something more. Now, before we roll out, Booker needs to run through some safety guidelines. So eyes front, ears open, please. Booker leans against the driver's seat, microphone in hand. When he speaks, his voice rolls through the bus like velvet. The kind of baritone that could narrate midnight jazz on FM radio. Did we just join a cult or a road trip? Booker's voice rolls through the bus like melted chocolate, and half the women visibly swoon. I make a mental note to avoid eye contact and sudden emotional attachments. Esmeralda and I exchange glances, our eyebrows shooting upward in silent communication. I bite my lip to keep from giggling. Ladies and gentlemen, he announces. Bathrooms located in the middle of the bus. While we're moving, I need everyone seated with laps belt fastened. We'll stop regularly for breaks. Don't worry. Help yourself to refreshments at the table. And if motion sickness hits you, signal Anna or Red for a bag. Settle in. We depart in 5 minutes. To be continued. Stay tuned next week for the next part in Detour to Friendship.
Half-packed suitcase by the door. Didn't know what I was leaving for. Tears to let go